place to be. Oh my goodness. Hey y'all. Hard to see. Don't jump on the. You set the camera. The sun is out, dude. All right. Yo, y'all see the title, Chief. See the title. Y'all see the. We got to jump into this bill, man, because they be shadow banning the mug and still they don't want to. They don't want that message to get out. You know what I'm saying? Because they know what the prophecy is. All right. So my Israelites, man, where my Israelites at, man? Just the royal hood. Shout out to the vice lords, the GDs, the BDs, the Bloods, the gangster disciples, the Crips. You know what I'm saying? Even the actual, our Black Panthers that's still running in the game. You know what I'm saying? All of the hoods is down for some. They stole from us and shit. You know what I mean? And they just went around the world or going around the world spreading our stories all over the daggone place. All right, and changing up the names a little bit. But Jacob's ladder is what men do when you get low in your light, when you get low in your inspiration from the higher exalted realms. I'm talking about the chosen ones, the faithists, or what they will call, the Bible will call the Israelites. They're natural born faithists. That means that they're beings who are naturally in tune with the Creator, and they believe that, and they know it in their heart that there is something bigger than them in the flesh. And lo and behold, has been shown and proved because it was able to talk to their family members and things of that nature. And I'm talking about when they transition. A lot of cultures has been documented that they also around the world been able to talk to their loved ones that passed on and things, all of that, but they're special beings. They can see sargis, which is being able to see spiritual, which is being able to see a higher vibration if we're looking at it in a scientific aspect. But in the spiritual aspect, it's like, all the little forces that's behind it, like, magnetisms and things of that nature, that you can see the light from the actual body, that's the spirit, leave the body, shit. And it's been recorded too on certain lenses. But we'll get deep into that. But in order to get back up and get your land back, my Israelites, my NOIs, and who else? My chemics, they done gave us all kind of unsaid religions and shit to kind of fuck us up and get us, confused so we can be in Babel even in the now time. But we already mastered this shit because why? We have connection with the Most High Creator. All niggas know this. Like, that's why we see each other like, what up, nigga? Even if the nigga's a little bit off from you, it's like, all right, what up, nigga? I ain't no fuck with none, nigga. I'm sorry, nothing gonna be none, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's what, but we all know this. And so, we're getting back to that point again where we can get that respect factor going on with each other. And by doing this, as a man, for men to do this, because it only can happen with men. We see women that they can't do it. They use our women as a tool against us, and utilizing the court system, which is like the place where you play games, courts and shit, to kind of further keep you financially unstable, and that can further trickle on down to your spiritual and your mental and emotional development. And that's dealing with your psychology and shit. You know what I mean? So that's like it's a whole little trickle down thing. You're dealing with a force that's going against you that's highly cluster B personality-ish, which is they good with gaslighting and projection, and they know how to give you things that you don't know how to. It'd be hard for you to master the urges, which is basically mastering your physical flesh and shit. But when we're dealing with this Jacob's ladder, this is pretty much just touching on the fact that, okay, we have a Kundalini system. We have a chakra system in our body. In order for us to all get back online, and it's only us that can do this shit, is if we all be able to fast and go and do the season of celibacy. You have energies in the cosmos that's backing you and it's been backing you you can have the confirmation through other zodiac, cultures like Chinese and shit. That's a major one because, they got China from actual Amaru, which is in the Gulf, by the Gulf of Mexico, which is basically Mexico. And the Z people are the Olmecs. So, when they came over to America, they kind of switched the stories around and switched the lands around on you. Make you bamboozle with this great necromancy spell that they put on niggas by feeding them the wrong foods and shit like that after taking a vast land from a motherfucker. And they do this. They went around the world and taking motherfucking lands and shit. And they had help. White man is not that damn strong. He's just carrying out things. he works for another motherfucker. It's like it's a more and more war type shit going on, ladies and gentlemen. But for the ones who are the chosen, it's like, yo, what I gotta do, man? What we gotta do? If you think you can buy your way to salvation, that's not gonna really happen. I don't give a fuck what you got. They done already took the celebrities, and these niggas has been partying in front of your faces and shit. Now these mothers getting even bold enough to make songs about getting head and fucking bitches and doing all this type of shit. And you can still relate it to yourself, but still, they looking at it with their own self. Like, this is what they capable of doing with a little bit of on it. And so, yeah, man, the whole situation that's involved, we like, yo, man, we got to be able to break this down. What can we do on a whole level then if we can't do it, you know what I'm saying, commercially wise, on a commerce level? Because if you had a place called Black Wall Street, that shit was destroyed, that was a commerce situation going on right there, you know? And it's like, damn, is it bigger than commerce? Because we had the NOI come into the game about 10 years later. You had Elijah Muhammad. He wanted to establish, you know, commerce, which was still utilizing. Now, he didn't want to have sovereignty, so he wanted to utilize the currency that was being used by America then, while still knowing that there were other foreign currencies that were still utilized in the world. So he wanted to still stay a slave in a commerce environment, which is mentally, spiritually, and physically too, you know, but still have business in their world. And when you have a business, you got to be smart and do the knowledge. Be like, yo, I ain't gonna say smart like that, but you're gonna have to do the knowledge. When you have a business, you have a demographics. So you know what's going on, Chief. Most High tapped in, got his hand on the wheel right now. You gotta have a demographic, someone who's gonna choose to sell your shit to. Like, nigga, you can't just sell your shit to anybody. You know, if you know you got some good shit and it can only market to certain people, you're gonna be like, okay, I gotta sell my shit to these type of motherfuckers because they're lacking this. And all I gotta do is show them this to make them believe that we got this, that, and the third and shit, you know? And so that's what's been happening in business, in the business world, you know? And so, yeah, it's like, damn, can you buy religion? Can you buy your way into, you know, conscious reality and shit, to your conscious self? You know, because in the 90s and shit, we was at bookstores, Ruhu books, reading books. I'm reading books, buying books, doing all kind of shit, playing chess, and the motherfuckers smelling all good, wearing Egyptian musk and everything. Blue now, I got to scratch my back. I don't know if I can see me leaning back. Right, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, can you really do that? Can you really do it? Is it, or do you have to really tap into who you truly are and shit? Is it in your DNA, your GNA, your Dios ribonucleic acid that you was gifted with all these years, that was built up in the flesh, but the spirit comes in and combines with the flesh, like boom, according to this density and vibration and frequency. That's why a lot of frequencies, a lot of bodies can't hold certain frequencies, and they play with you in sci-fi talking about the shit. But anyhow, though, now when we're going back to the Jacob's Ladder. Now we know that, damn, we can't buy our way to spiritual salvation and shit, man. No matter how much we go to church and see the big guy with the glasses and shit, how much we donate to even Creflo Dollar and all them niggas, they got so many followers that they're gonna have to, I'm gonna get a little deeper, they're gonna have to help them niggas when they get to first resurrection and when they transition and shit to believe into the all creative. Not, you're gonna have to be on the earth plane for as long as you get these mugs up out of here. You know what I'm saying? So they can see that, oh, damn, there's an all creator and shit. You know what I mean? But anyways, though, we're gonna get to that later. But I'm gonna say, but however, with the Jacob's Ladder, you have 33 vertebrae. It's like 33, you know, when Jesus got to 33 or whatever, he was like crucified. This is kind of like the crucifixion that goes on within the body, but you have a light that grows up into each chakra, and it gives each chakra power. You be like, damn, you reading all kind of books like, man, how the hell do I get my chakras powered up? I'm gonna get in my Merkaba and just be flying and shit, you know, through the galaxies, like motherfuckers telling us we're gonna be doing, like Thoth and all of that shit, man. How the hell do we do that? Well, yeah, getting the information and affirmation right now, so you better use it to inform your ass. You're getting the downloads. This is it. This is the day and time. It's dealing with celibacy, man. You know it. It's already deep inside you, you know? It's like, I don't see no nigga flying in the sky and this and the third, but you've been watching too many movies, man. You know, it's about gaining control of your hardest three is desire. Your top three hardest desires, which is food, sex, and controlling another motherfucker and shit. You know what I mean? Because some people can come to you and put themselves as a predator format to be submissive to your ass. And what you thinking? You're still controlling it, and that's like the lower entities, what they call Satan or Shaitan. It's a lot of names they got, you know what I mean? That's still stuck on the earth plane and not in Etheria, where the graduated, emancipated realms are for the Etherians to get off of the earth plane. You know what I'm saying? You got to abandon everything on earth, and you learn to do that through your mortal life and your S life, your spiritual life, which is upon transition. Think how long you're supposed to be in the spirit. If you're just in the mortal, if you're in flesh so long, Most High is looking out for your ass. It's like, yo, nigga, you gonna be in the flesh so long, nigga. Then if you want to be fleshy and shit, do all this dumbass shit. Eat the meat, the flesh, the food, the animals, and all that shit. You'll be down on earth. You know what I mean? But if you want to be spiritually, get the fuck up out of there and be happy and cultivate your happiness. This type of shit you got to do. You got to keep it just like that, man. True. Ain't that right, y'all? Look at them, lovey-dovey thuggies and shit. They over there chilling like a month. They're like, man, what the hell? But that's really the true thing. You got to change your appetite up. Yeah, that's easy, but it's hard to not control another motherfucker once they see that you're able to control yourself. Because a lot of people will be idolizing you at that point. That's what you're dealing with now. The people who idolize you began to control the world type shit. You know what I mean? They idolize you and devalue and discard you. And you see that in all the Hollywood unsungs and all of that shit going on. You know, where they idolize a mug and they devalue the celebrity or the star, and then they take you up off there, and it's like you no more, getting no promotion no more. And you relied on man's approval instead of the creator. Stop giving thanks to the Most High, like, you know, for all your awards and shit like that. Because you got this man that was just like you, but the opposite, very low, and the low spiritual self, you know what I mean, praising your ass. And it's like, yeah, that's what it is. You know, people do a lot of things when they're in narcissistic states. Both of you is in your narcissistic state. It's like, but one has traits and the other's just pathological and can't get right. And so it's going to be harder for them to repent. And the way to repent is through the Kundalini. This is what you're going to really have to do. This is the way to heaven. And heaven is a heaved up place inside when you go up the ladder of the 33 vertebrae. And each month you can get to the next chakra. And this is how you start activating the chakras and shit. Ain't that right, Thuggy Dub? But they should have been telling you this, and they didn't. They can't. They thought they was outsmarting God and shit, nigga. That's what they was thinking. They were thinking they was outsmarting the creator and shit. Like, come on now. It's deep. It gets a little deeper. We're going to get deeper than that, though. But you know what I'm saying? For the Israelites, if any Israelites is listening, any of the Judah, the tribe of Judah is listening, yo, this is the most important thing you can be doing right now in this year, is utilizing the year of the serpent, which is that serpent energy. We did Kundalini last year. This year is serpent energy. It's giving you to be able to fast from self-equality and eat, which is sex. You know what I mean? And just not to have sex with nobody. You shouldn't be having sex at all. If you call yourself an Israelite, who the hell is you fucking? If Most High didn't bring it together anyways. You know? So, but this is where you shouldn't be jacking off with none of that shit. You got to keep it real. We're already damn near 6 years in, G, and I did it several times. This is the way, G, you know? And we'll all be on this point where we can honor one another and have noble character, you know what I'm saying, heuristics. Really much, it's just who you is. You're not faking and putting on the front like, yo, peace, da-da-da. No, you naturally that. Why? Because you up on your light. So this is how you get up the ladder. So, boom, you get to the heaved up place, heaven, which is the promised land, which is the land of Israel, the land that is real, which is you're controlling the vessel now. You know, this is where the Most High, the spirit, your higher self dwells at too, where you can actually walk around and be in your higher self form instead of just being in your low self and shit. You get control of this land, the Most High honor you with the real land. You can go buy the land from, you know, people in Arizona and all that shit, you know, but if you ain't up on the light, you ain't gonna be able to cultivate the land. You don't have the knowledge or the know-how and the wisdom to cultivate the land, you know, even though it's the promised land. So this is why if you didn't put in the work of cultivating this land, you ain't gonna be able to get that on the outside land. You think you're gonna be able to get on some land and just chill? Some people already still had they land stuff. Ain't that right, Thuggy Dog? They already still had their land grants or whatnot from the trades that they did hundreds of years ago and shit. You know what I mean? I'm talking about to the new motherfuckers, to the new NIGGAZ. Your ass ain't gonna be able to get no land if you ain't put in the work. I'm talking about the work is paying your tithes, climbing the ladder. And when you pay your tithes and you climb your ladder, G, that's where it's like, this is where the true light of the world is at. Boom, the crown. You know, I see a lot of people, you know, we're talking about the native shit. We've been rocking the feather for a while. A lot of brothers ain't really rocking the feather yet. Y'all gotta rock that feather, man. That Eber root, that Eber. Gotta rock the feather, G. I ain't say you gotta wear, you know, fringes or no shit. But the feather though, you definitely gotta rock that shit. If it shows its presence, you got high vibratorial entities around you. You can be a spiritualist. You can just deal with the faithists or deal with the true creator. That's it. Spiritualists just deal with the spirits that's around them. So they can kind of influence individuals to go here or there. You know, they'll come single and solo wise and appears in a glamour of gold and rings and this and say that they're the God of all I survey. You ain't never seen this type of motherfucker and shit. You know what I'm saying? So you'll believe it. But deep in your spirit or deep in your genes, you know that you came into the world that matched your spirit, that with the genes that you had, that you're utilizing to be at its highest self, and not as like, yo, I'm using these genes to be the most lowest motherfucker I can, because you can go either way. But you're using it as the higher point. You have the faith of the creator, and you see it that it's there. So you're not really dealing with, you know what I'm saying, just spiritual shit and just tapping into that type of stuff. So yeah, I just wanted to tap in real quick and just say what's up, man. I ain't wanted to jump in for more than 20, 30 minutes type shit. But this is the way, the know-how, you know, to get to the higher upper rooms. Muzz is gonna try to stop this from coming out because it's the truth. It's more than just information and shit. Just sitting back and I'm like, okay, this is what it is. No, this is the truth. It's the way to get to it. You do the knowledge to all the said religions. Don't become that what it is, what these men them put out, because these spirits and these angels, they come out and they strive to have their own, they want to have their own heavens because they're unable to get to the high exalted heavens outside of the earth's atmosphere. Ain't none of them can. Not Elon Musk, none of them motherfuckers, G. That's why they gotta go out. They gotta escape, nigga. They got, you know, Planet X or Space X. They gotta escape to another space that's outward, you know, they're not up. They can't get up. So they're just gonna roam the earth plane until it's no more to roam, and all these things and clean motherfuckers up, and everybody's like elevating to get to the upper room now. You know what I'm saying? So we can go out and go visit other worlds and see other creations that the Most High created, and take care and be and take care of other worlds and help prune other worlds. That's what you do, you know. But you're in a little baby form, so you don't really know. I love y'all. I'll deal with you in the next one. Peace.